Hello and welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our preview of round 9. So if you're enjoying the channel, go ahead, hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button too. Our Ankle Sore community is growing at a rapid pace. Thanks for being part of it. And also don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get an alert when a new episode drops. Let's get started. As promised, we'll go on to last night's final game of the round. It was at 7:20 at the Gabba. Brisbane 9-12-66. Defeated Gold Coast 7-7-49. They're still the king of the Queensland jungle.
And good
Big
afternoon,
brother.
gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Oh, yeah, I was
Hello,
going to say hello to you.
Hello. Hello there. We forgot you were there.
Just
Oh, it must be Jimmy Jess.
the ghost.
Oh, well, you're wearing
I
white
haven't
for
said hello
once.
to anyone yet.
No, you haven't.
Oh, white. Just before
Yeah,
before
I'm
we
black
start,
and now you're white today.
just a shout out for AFL from LA, Cindy and Jeff. Nice little t-shirt. So I thought I'd give it a bit of a plug today. So anyone that hasn't seen AFL from LA, please have a look. They're really good.
Lovely.
That's really good.
Thank you.
You're just going to give a shout out to everyone every episode.
Oh, but can I say? I'll say AFL from LA. I probably said it wrong.
That's not too
She's
bad.
going to laugh at me.
I'm not
But
going to
anyway,
try it.
anyway.
Okay, let's get on to this game
There's only
quickly.
one good thing about the last night's game. Brisbane's Guernseys, the old Bears, was
That was good.
magnificent.
Wasn't it? So good. But even on the scoreboard, they were called the
Yep.
Bears.
Magnificent.
Yeah, it brought back memories, didn't it?
Love
What was
it.
that? Why?
I don't know.
Why
Like,
they
didn't
use
make
that
a
name,
big
I
deal
don't
about
know.
it. Like it's.
Yeah,
it's
that I
odd.
don't know.
Loved it. Loved it.
It was like watching. Who was the first draft pick ever in the?
Was it Martin Leslie?
Yeah, he played for
Martin
Brisbane.
Leslie for
Yeah.
the Brisbane Bears.
It's like watching him.
Now, I just want to say one thing. We're looking forward to this game, and then it rained. What have I said about building bloody things over
We're going to spend time.
How much does it cost?
Couple of
nights.
bucks,
A couple
mate.
of bucks,
A
mate.
couple of
Couple of
nails, couple of... Come on.
Couple of nails.
Go to Bunnings. Go to Bunnings
Warehouse.
warehouse.
Yeah, warehouse. Buy one of those shade sails.
Oh, yeah, that's
Nah,
easy.
hang on a minute. It would have been a better game if it didn't
Couple
rain.
of
Let's
big
be
Boston
honest.
clamps to tie it around and just twist it up. Easy.
Again, Gold Coast have failed, but anyway.
They lost to
Oh, I know,
reigning
but they
premiers.
failed. They failed.
Early on, I thought Gold Coast were before. Well, did it rain? I don't think it rained straight away. I'm not sure.
Halfway
quarter
through
time,
the first
Anyway,
quarter,
but
yeah.
Gold Coast seemed to be keeping up with them. They were hard. The hardness was there. Look, quarter time was not much in, but then Brisbane, as the rain came, I think Brisbane's toughness in the rain and just a better system in that
Yep.
weather. I thought.
And Lockie Neal never fumbles, even in
Mate,
the weather he doesn't fumble.
that bloke
Him and
does not even
Ashcroft-
fall over.
Yeah, they don't. Exactly.
How funny is Ashcroft won his own
Yeah.
medal?
His old man's medal.
His old
How
man's
funny
medal.
was that?
Ashcroft winning the
I
Ashcroft.
think between the two of them, they got 60 possessions, if
that
I'm
right?
not wrong. If something to that effect.
I don't think Gold Coast were that embarrassed. They didn't embarrass themselves.
No.
I'll be
They had a
honest.
crack. They were just short
think
out,
they
out of their depth.
I think they kicked 3 or 4 goals in the last quarter.
They did.
That scoreline.
They flattered them.
Flattered
It
them a lot.
did. It did, but
Anyway, all right, fair enough. Enough on that game
Let's move on to previews.
for round 9. It's round 9.
Round 9.
believe it.
Thursday night at Optus Stadium at 8:10. It's
Essendon,
Fremantle
North
versus
Melbourne.
Collingwood. Well, I still got last week's up. Hang on. So I did say that North would beat Essendon if they played the next 5 Thursday nights. So are they really playing again?
maybe they are.
That's a
Maybe.
Maybe they said let's play it again.
play it again.
Play it again, Sam. Thank you.
Because all that rubbish that happened, they go, let's make it fair. Let's play.
Anyway,
Play
so
station.
So who are the real teams
play
that
it
are playing?
again.
Freo and Collingwood.
Freo's playing Collingwood
At Optus
Stadium. Well, I heard a little. What's that phrase? A little birdie.
Little birdie told
I know what
me.
you're going to say. I bet you I know what you're going to say. No,
Collingwood are going to rest.
Yes,
players.
that's what I heard too.
Yeah. So there's a big. I've got no problem with that. They'll still beat them
Zero.
by.
Yeah, 5
they're
goals.
saying that
66
there's
points.
quite a few players. There's a few that are sore.
Yeah.
And they sound like the side bottoms of the world, the aging, that they're going to manage them, as they say.
So they should.
I tell you what, depending how many they do manage, Freo can get them. Don't make no. I love Collingwood. You know that.
Collingwood-
They don't want to. They don't want to leave out too many.
Having said
you don't
that,
agree?
Collingwood play
I
a
can't
system,
see
mate.
it.
They play a good system.
No.
Tremendous.
So
They are.
I heard today that the best phrase: the left hand knows what the right hand's
Yeah.
doing at Collingwood.
Yeah, basically.
And,
It's
true.
And Freo are dysfunctional at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
So okay. So my question: I'm going to tip Collingwood. I think Collingwood will win comfortably enough. But if they leave too many players out, like push,
There won't be more than 2 or 3.
okay,
I think
that's okay.
it'll be like a side bottom or an
Yeah.
Elliott or a Pendlebury.
Okay, so if there's 4 or 5, let's just say for argument's sake,
4 or 5.
does it change the?
Nah, 4 or 5's a lot.
That's my point.
4 or 5, it'll be a contest. Anything less than
They're not
3.
resting 4 or 5.
They're not. 2 or 3.
I
They're not
wouldn't have
silly.
thought.
I think Freo's got
At
enough.
least it's smart. North Melbourne should have
but
done it
hang on.
last week.
Freo's
2 weeks ago.
Freo's got enough. Freo's got enough good players. If Collingwood do that, leave too many out to win in
Yeah.
Perth. They're a different proposition in
They
Perth.
are. They are. They beat
Unfortunately-
Adelaide there 2 weeks ago.
Unfortunately, they've got a coach that doesn't want to score. So there's your problem.
Last
when-
time they met, they had a draw.
Correct.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Well, I think Collingwood by 3 or 4 goals,
I think
regardless.
so too. I'm not going to stick my neck out and.
No.
I did say 66
They
before.
won't whack them.
And coming off a loss, Collingwood, geez, they very rarely lose 2 in a row.
That's true.
So good luck, Fremantle. That's all I'll say.
Like I said,
Collingwood.
I wouldn't be leaving too many players at home.
Would it shock you if they got beat? It would shock me.
So
Not if they left 4 or 5 players out. It wouldn't shock me, nah. Because I go, you're playing with fire in Perth.
they won't
If they're
play
playing
four.
here, they wouldn't do it if they're playing here. But
But
if
they
they're
can't
playing
leave
here and
players
did it,
out,
you'd
Vito.
go, all right.
Well, you
Dan
think of the
Houston's out, injured.
Yep.
That's one.
Yep.
And they're going to rest 2 more.
Okay.
Howe comes back in already.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
They're fine, mate.
Okay.
Collingwood are fine.
They're fine. Collingwood's
Yeah, don't
fine.
worry about Fremantle.
They got a short break though when you think about it because they played Saturday night,
Correct.
so it's actually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
And Thursday.
and then game days Thursday.
Remember
Plus
they
they
got
got to fly. That's 4-day break with flying.
I think they still win, but I wouldn't say it's going to be a hiding.
Oh, fair enough.
Another great quirk in the AFL fixture.
Yeah, of course.
Tremendous.
Can never get that right.
because
can
they
we?
get Canadian university students to do.
Is
the
that what it
fixture.
is? And drinking the drinking,
did it once.
once.
Canadian club while they're
Of course
doing
they
it.
are.
Canadian
Of
club.
course they are. It's Friday night at 7:40 MCG. St Kilda versus Carlton. Is this the Danny
Yep, Spuds game.
Spuds game?
Okay.
Spuds game.
Yep. Big crowd. You know what? St Kilda can win this, and really,
I'll
really
tell you
upset
something.
a few.
I'm going to say straight off the bat, Carlton win this for one reason. This is the end of an, if you want to call it an era. They lose this game, they don't play finals. We all agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, it's too
3
early.
games they've won. By round 10, they've won 3 games. If they
Yeah,
lose
well,
this.
they're
No,
3
no.
and 7. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
No, he's right.
They've got to be 4 and. Oh,
Right.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
so
all
I think
right,
Carlton
okay,
win
yeah.
on that proviso. Like, this is
My
their
theory.
season. No, well, yes.
Can you imagine Carlton being
So-
3 and
no,
7?
I can, but I think that they win. However, God help them if they lose. If they lose, they should get the what are they called when places go when they go bankrupt. The administrators
Liquidation.
Liquidation.
and
Yeah.
go, okay, 1 off, 2 off, Voss get out. Yep, you get out. You get out. If they lose this game,
Fair enough. What margin?
Fair?
Margin?
no. If they lose, Carlton, couple of goals. If St Kilda bring the heat, they're in trouble.
Okay, so this
Well,
is
that's
my
what
next,
I'm expecting.
Yeah.
my point. 2 reasons why. No, I tip Carlton nearly every week.
Yeah.
I think St Kilda wins this game for 2 reasons. One, Spud, I think that might help them a little bit emotionally. But if Ross Lyon brings that plan where it frustrates Carlton, I'm saying
He'll bring a
frustrate.
plan, whether they do it or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
if they can do it to a positive end, where they can keep doing it for a majority
4
of the
quarters,
night,
yeah.
they can frustrate Carlton enough to win. So I'm banking. I think St Kilda gets over the line here in a kick.
Why can't they?
Would you be staggered?
If what?
St Kilda won.
No, why? Well, Carlton are world beaters all of a
No,
sudden.
no, they're not. No,
Okay.
they're not.
Why
So,
can't
no.
they?
Yeah, they.
St Kilda's
they
ability to go all night pressure wise.
MCG helps Carlton a bit though. I think.
I think-
I think.
Yeah, it does. If Carlton get beat at the contests, they are helpless. So that's where it's going to be won and lost.
Who are you tipping?
St Kilda, 2 goals.
Okay, I'm the same.
I'm tipping Carlton 2 goals. For that reason, this is their season right here.
I think
It
he's
Like,
right.
in my mind, right? This is their season right here
And
on the line.
Does it put St Kilda back in the mix if they beat Carlton?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they've won 4. So
Have you
Carlton's
got nuggets
won
on
3.
St Kilda or just
No,
Freo this year?
I didn't. No,
Freo and
Fremantle
Port.
and Port.
Oh, you got
So I'm
nuggets
sa-
on Port.
I'm
Don't worry
safe
about that.
with both.
It's all good.
I'm safe.
Oh, I don't know about Freo yet.
St Kilda, I wasn't sure about. That's why I didn't take the
Following day, the MCG, Melbourne play Hawthorn. Yeah, you
Should we
can't
move on?
Yeah, well, you can't. You couldn't see Hawthorn losing this, could you?
They're not going great. I'll say that much. They're not setting the world alight, Hawthorn. Melbourne at the MCG play okay.
Play well.
Now, if Guy and Petrarca, and it's a big if, because that's it. That's all they've got, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Fritsch has to kick goals, but jeez, I can't see him losing Hawthorn. I can't see him losing, but I give Melbourne a 2% chance. Like I won't be absolutely staggered, but I'll be shocked if they lose.
Yeah, that's fair.
They'll be more competitive than Richmond.
Oh, absolutely
That's not
they will.
hard.
Absolutely
That's not
they
hard.
will.
But for how long? That's the problem with Melbourne. Like even with West Coast, they let them back in the game last. They'll actually
The week,
behind.
yeah.
Go
on.
Okay.
You go.
Melbourne for me.
Oh, no.
No, I'll tell you why.
You're itching for upsets,
No,
aren't you?
it's not that. I'll tell you why. you're right. Hawthorn not exactly going well. And I know that, like, yes, they didn't have to kill themselves. I get that. But I don't know. They just look a bit lackadaisical for me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right? And I'm just thinking, if Melbourne turn up, you're right, Dave. If Melbourne turn up.
They need to turn up. Yeah.
Hear me out. If Melbourne turn up, they can get them. I'm not saying they'll whack them. I'm saying Melbourne can get them in an upset, like in a close, hard, gritty game. I reckon Melbourne will get them. And if Hawthorn don't show up, Melbourne. I know that's obvious, but I think Melbourne will get them. A couple of goals.
I'm not brave enough for that, but it won't be a belting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, don't think so.
You're tipping Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawthorn.
4 goals.
Okay, if Melbourne win this, is there an issue? I know Hawthorn won this week, but do you count that? Is there an issue?
I'm not sure. Look, again, we've said it for years. Good sides just win games scrappy.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
true.
they're not informed, they just keep winning, right? I don't think they're a good side. Let's be honest. Brisbane aren't playing the best, but they're winning games, right? Collingwood, not exactly setting the world alight, but they're winning games. You know, they've had a few good games. They've had a few that they've struggled, but they've won. Good sides win games when they don't play well. And Hawthorn's one of them.
Against Port, I mean, we know that Port just jumped out of the block. They had their sights on that game for a long time. And they smacked them. But take that out of it, but they just look that lackadaisical. They look a bit tired. I don't know what it is. Something's missing at the moment.
I just think that's that nasty Quinella of beating West Coast and North.
Yes.
And Richmond. Like, there's 2 of those 3. Like, they beat Richmond and then you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with
Melbourne
what
beat
you're saying.
West Coast.
False sense of security.
False economy.
Yeah.
It's a false
he's
economy.
right.
They've won 2 in a row, but you can't get any gauge out of playing North Richmond or West Coast.
Most sides lick their lips playing North and West Coast.
That's right, and that's why Carlton's form ran true. Okay, they beat Geelong. Then they were poor
But
last
you
week.
saw my theory on that.
Yeah.
What about Melbourne? They've only beaten West Coast.
That's what I mean.
West Coast, Richmond, and
they beat West Coast and
Fremantle.
Richmond. Yeah, and Fremantle. They were good that day. Fremantle
Friend away
won.
from home.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So their economy's not that great
It's not.
when you look like that.
So you're going Hawthorn.
Yeah, no, Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Saturday, Marvel Stadium. This is at 4:15. It's a twilight. Essendon play the Sydney Swans.
Who wants to take
No, I'm happy to go. Yep. I know we say it's cliche, interesting game, and it actually is.
It's actually a very interesting.
Geez, watched Essendon firsthand on Thursday. I know they got the points. I'll be honest, didn't impress me.
Yeah.
Didn't impress
No,
me at
not
all.
at all.
Like,
Not at all.
really, in the end, probably lucky to win. But like to them, they got the 4 points. That's what matters in the end. Sydney were impressive yesterday. SCG, I get it. But they had GWS covered from the first 5-10 minutes.
Because they're not a rubbish team.
I'm not saying they are.
No, I'm not saying you are, but
I just think if Sydney bring that pressure, that intent that they brought from the start with GWS, I don't care if they're playing at Marvel. Essendon's not the same. Remember, we all used to go, Essendon skate on Marvel.
Yeah.
Right?
No, they don't.
That's sort of gone out the window. Zach Merritt is a superstar, but then I think they fall back pretty bad. Not badly, but they fall back a little bit after that.
Yeah, fair
right?
enough.
So I think Sydney's got much. I think Sydney's more even, if that makes sense. Better players. I think Sydney wins this game, to be
can
honest.
Essendon score?
Not enough to beat Sydney, I
Not
don't
enough to
think.
beat Sydney.
So I think Sydney wins by... And when I say they win 2-3 goals, it'll be,
Essendon have eked out wins.
Wins,
They just fell over
2
the
points
line
over West Coast.
West Coast. And the Port Adelaide game on the Thursday night was that...
Well, they win by
about a month
15
ago.
points.
It was a horrible game. They didn't score big. Sydney and hardness. Sydney's harder. Sydney 4 goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going Essendon on this one.
Of course he is.
Why? What do you mean, of course he is? You tipped Melbourne, didn't you?
Fair point.
I just think I don't trust Sydney. I don't trust Essendon, but at least they're playing
at home.
Yeah, home, Marvel Stadium, security blanket.
Using my terms too now.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Security, it's a great word.
Security. It is security blanket. I just think I know Essendon's one great player. Sydney's got 2. I think Brad Scott, he'll coach us well. He'll know what to do. Warner and Heaney, right? Shut them out. They're every chance.
Who's going to do that?
I don't know.
That's my. But
But also they've got that tall forward line, Essendon, that can really worry Sydney.
Maybe.
Because their back
Yeah,
line's
that's
quite short.
That's fair.
And they can't score like their forward line, Sydney.
That's right. That high-flying Peter Wright's unstoppable.
Saying that, this is my point. Sorry to interrupt you here.
But can't go to him.
Sorry to interrupt you here, but that's what I agree with you. Like Peter Wright last week, he should have had a day out. Didn't get near it.
We kicked 6 the week before.
No. What I'm saying is, he's talking about
He was
back
good in
lines.
the last quarter.
He's talking about back lines, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, mate, Yeah, you're right. They couldn't score last week. What makes you think they're going to score this week?
all right.
This is my point.
Sydney bat
That's
deep,
fair enough.
Sydney bat deeper than Essendon for talent.
Yeah, but it's not about talent.
No, it's not.
Like-
but it's about bottom five
All right,
players have got to perform.
All right, can I just ask you a yes or no? No, and ah. Do you trust Sydney?
Absolutely. In
Yes
this
or no?
matchup,
Yes or no?
hang on.
No, do you trust Sydney this
For
year?
this,
Once-
no. You're asking me to pick a winner.
No, no, I'm
Are you
not. No,
talking
no,
about
no,
this
no.
game of football or for the
No.
season? I'm not trusting them to play finals.
No.
No, do you trust again? Yes or no?
Yes.
What?
Do
Hang
you
on.
trust Sydney?
Yeah, I do.
Be clear
They'll
on the
play
question.
finals.
Do you trust Sydney to win games of football this year?
I do.
Wow.
Yes or no? Yes, you say yes.
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
actually
I do.
Okay, I don't. I don't trust them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But you're trusting Essendon then.
Well, they're playing at home under the roof.
Again, like you say, and this
Under
is
the
where
$2 roof.
They could be
No, that
playing.
was an expensive one. This one.
Oh no, I don't know. I haven't come up with anything.
No, cut it out. Let's move
I
on.
was
Let's move on.
waiting. I was waiting for a
just-
new
I've-
venue.
yeah.
We need a new venue.
The venues will come next week. Don't
Oh,
worry.
they could be playing here.
Well, they could be because on Saturday night at 7:35 at TIO Stadium in Darwin, Gold Coast are playing Western Bulldogs. Now we're making sure that is in Darwin. That's not Alice Springs.
No, it's TIA. Is it?
TIA,
Well,
wherever
they're
that is.
both named the same.
Are they?
Yeah, one's Traeger Park, Alice Springs, but it's TIO Traeger Park.
Is it?
This is in Darwin. I've done my
Okay, as long as you know,
There
because
you
I don't
go.
know. I just know it's at
It's in
TIA
Darwin.
Stadium. That's
Yep.
all.
Gold Coast get the job done this week. The Dogs
they?
have been up and about,
All right.
and the greasy conditions and the dew and the low scoring scrap, and I like the Dogs. I really do.
Have you been sniffing ink out of texters or what's it going?
Nah, it's
Like,
well, they can't win every game. The Dogs.
No, they can't win games, Gold Coast. They're just not good. Honestly, I'm
Giving them one more chance.
okay. That's
I'm giving them
you
one
can
more
stick your
chance
neck out.
for no reason.
no
For
reason.
no reason.
Dear,
I don't care if there's 100-degree heat.
there will be.
Yep. I don't care if there's 4 billion kilometre winds.
There will be.
Gold Coast are no hope.
I agree with you. I reckon they're no chance.
They're too
Gold
good, the
Coast.
Dogs, mate.
Yeah.
They're too good.
They're going. They're flying.
They're-
And we said that they're preliminary final integrity.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, so again, Rao did nothing last night. They rely on too few Gold Coast. Right?
Mate, you got
They win games away from
Who?
Gold Coast. They won all their games away.
What?
I told you that stat 3
Yeah,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah, I know what you're saying. You're
But
right.
Who'd they beat away? Just out of curiosity. Just
Well, they beat Essendon at Marvel Stadium last year.
big win.
I don't know. I can't remember the rest.
Yeah, but they were pretty low teams,
This
right?
would be a big win, wouldn't it?
Should be
I
massive win, but
honestly
they're no
don't
chance.
think they're going to hope.
I reckon
that's
they're no
my
chance.
And when I say no chance, I'm not going to say they win by 10 goals.
No, no.
You're right. The
It'll be low
conditions,
scoring.
the conditions will bring it down. But Western Bulldogs just got too many good players on every line, mate.
Yeah,
they
too
just
good.
have.
They
Yeah,
do.
They're too good.
They're probably
So-
no chance, but
Who do you tip in Gold
Gold
Coast?
Coast. He's giving
Tip
them
and
one more
Gold
chance.
Coast.
Okay, fair
10
enough.
points. They'll
No,
win
but the-
55 to 45.
You're
Pardon?
You know where they're playing,
You're
don't
There'll
you?
be
summation.
100 points in an AFL game.
He said that there will be. What did you say the conditions are going to be like?
That's what I said before. 1,000 not wins.
What? 1,000
No,
not
it's
wins?
not wind. It's dewy and
Yeah,
it's 100 degrees.
No,
And,
no, he used to coach Gold
yeah,
Coast.
yeah, dewy. No, not dew. What's it called? Humidity.
Humidity.
We're not weather people. Neither is anyone in this
Yeah,
country.
but you
by the
should
way.
know what humidity is.
Well, it is. It's when it's hot and slippery.
And sticky.
Really?
Anyway, for me, the Dogs.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, Saturday night. This is also Saturday night. A little bit later in the night, 8:10, Adelaide Oval. It's Showdown number 6,354.
Oh, yes,
Port Adelaide versus Adelaide.
What are you getting excited
Oh,
about?
because that's
Can I say something?
they'll kill each other, mate. No, you don't reckon?
The record
I'll
margin.
try.
The record margin for a Showdown is Adelaide, 84 points in 2017, August the 6th.
Really?
It'll be surpassed this week.
I was going to say, could they give it a shake this week?
No.
Shake.
You're wrong.
No, I
You're
can't
wrong.
see an
Give it a
80
shake.
point
You're wrong.
hiding.
Well, it happened
Port for
5
me.
years ago.
Yeah, 5 years.
You're just trying to generate comments and
Nah. Adelaide
and
wins.
subscribers, aren't you?
Adelaide wins, but he's looking at me like when I say, oh, this will be a rip. Mate, you reckon Port's not going to... It'll be like Port will go out there.
they can try.
Like the Hawthorn game.
Yeah, they can try.
So what I'm saying is I think Adelaide's,
try.
I think Adelaide's better and Adelaide wins it. But Port will go out there, mate. They won't be just lying down like they can at times. You're right.
They
Nah,
lied
nah.
down last week in Ballarat.
That's right.
Absolutely.
They lied
You're
down.
going to compare Ballarat to
They
footy.
got a hot stone
But
massage.
where are they playing?
And
You're going to compare Ballarat to Footy Park? Oh, Footy Park.
Footy Park.
Adelaide Oval.
No,
West
it's
Lakes.
got to be the white. Is there anthrax in that?
Oh,
or
well,
what?
you can blame Cindy and Jeff.
No, I'm
then.
blaming you, mate. Don't put it on them. They're playing at Adelaide Oval. Did Adelaide play there also? Yeah. It doesn't matter with it. Like,
Granted,
got a point.
But I said Adelaide wins.
Yeah,
but
he said
yeah, I
Adelaide
know.
wins.
you're going like you're giving
Yeah,
84 points to be surpassed.
His defence is.
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not giving Port Adelaide a snowflake's chance in hell to win this one.
I'm not saying
you're
they
doing a
will.
lot of weather stuff. Both of you.
Yeah, it's a warm day in Melbourne
Snowflakes,
today, yeah,
humidity.
I
They will win
I know.
Adelaide and comfortably, but not by that margin. No
can.
chance.
Did you start off by saying, "Oh, they're playing the"?
A bit of a ripping game. The way
don't
you looked
think
at me
it will
weird
be.
when I go, oh, it looks
Because
at
I'll
me
kick
like
17 and I'll kick 7.
no.
I won't surpass the 86 points or whatever.
No, Adelaide will win this
84.
game, but I'll tell you now, this will be on for young and old. I know it's a cliche, but it will be. I'm telling you. Okay.
So we're all going Adelaide.
I'm going
right?
Adelaide,
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Saturday MCG
Sunday.
Sunday MCG 1:10 p.m.
Go on.
Richmond versus West Coast.
The cellar dwellers.
The Peter Wilson Cup.
Oi, the Peter Wilson Cup. It could be the Baker Cup.
Liam Baker, yes.
Liam Baker.
No, what's his name?
What is his
What's
name?
Baker's name?
Liam Baker.
It is
Liam
Liam
Baker.
Yeah, it is Liam Baker.
Had me completely.
You know what I was
flustered.
thinking of? St. Kilda's
Flummoxed.
Baker.
Stevie
that?
Baker.
Yeah, I know what I was
Oh,
thinking.
jeez.
Give me one more Richmond West Coast before you move on, and you're thinking for one now.
Oh,
Come on.
there is plenty of them. Sorry.
Give me a cup.
Richmond
Give me a
West
cup.
Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, Peter Wilson. Trent Nichols Cup, mate.
Trent Nichols.
Jeez, all right. And I have to come up with one, do I?
Yeah. Robert Wiley.
Yeah, the Robert
You
Wiley
gonna-
Cup.
You're going to take them
You
all.
weren't going to do Robert Wiley.
I wasn't, but...
And he wasn't going to do Trent Nichols
No.
either.
What about, what's his name? Oh, no, I've got nothing. You just put me on the spot here. That's not fair.
See if you can think of one
Richmond-
while we go on.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you got one? Have you got another one?
No. That was
All right,
it,
I'll
Trent
think
Nichols.
of one. By the end of this game, I'll think of one.
John Anea.
Jeez.
Bloody hell. All right. Talk about this. Let me think.
Okay.
They're
You
taking
think
them all.
about trying getting a cup in your possession.
Surely, G, Richmond are better equipped than West Coast.
West Coast win.
Oh, dear.
West
Why?
Coast win.
Don't use these texts anymore, mate. When you're writing
I don't
stuff,
get rid of them.
In what?
Because
Why?
Richmond are horrendous.
And West Coast.
aren't?
West Coast, they're competitive. Richmond are not. Richmond are not competitive.
no,
Mate,
Angelo.
Richmond
No.
are not competitive. They gave up without a whimper. They didn't do anything on Sunday. They were
they played a good
horrendous
side.
against Melbourne.
Yeah, you're right.
West Coast are competitive.
West Coast have been horrendous for 4 games this year.
They've
Horrendous.
both been horrendous, so I'm
I know.
picking the
One's
less
won 2
horrendous
games,
side.
and one's won 0.
West Coast come to Melbourne and win this game.
Not even in Perth.
They come here
No,
and
Richmond
they
win.
win.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Mark my words.
I can't help you.
All right.
Mark my words.
Richmond will come-
Richmond we know Richmond are no good. I'm not going to say that.
They, 10 goals apiece. No,
Really?
There'll be a goal in it. That's how bad
Richmond
they are.
by 15, 20 points.
Jeez, that's a hiding.
That's a shellacking.
Don't you talk. You've still got a cup to think of.
Yeah, well, I'm trying there.
Richmond.
You
win.
say West Coast,
West Coast
is,
win.
is just, I'm gone. I can't even think straight.
So you reckon West Coast really?
At 3:37 p.m. You'll text me that I was right.
Okay. Oh, I can't see it. But anyway. Saying that though,
If there's ever a chance,
No,
West
saying,
Coast
yeah, I know,
are gonna win
yeah,
a
you're
game
right,
of
you're
footy,
right.
Yeah, you're right.
This should be it.
But saying
That's
that
all you have
though,
to say.
saying
Not
that
West
though,
Coast will win this.
if
That's
this-
so wrong.
if this
not
was in
wrong.
Perth, if this was in Perth, I'd go.
Different story. Yeah,
No, I'd
shoes
go
on
West
the other
Coast.
foot.
I'd
So
go
would
West
I.
Coast. I would.
But it's not.
No, at the G,
It's at the
Richmond,
G.
they'll go all right. They'll go all right. They'll do enough.
Who played for West Coast Richmond?
Todd.
Curley?
Managola.
Todd Curley? No,
Todd
he didn't play for
Brennan.
Yeah, Todd Bremen.
No, he didn't play for.
Richmond, I think he did.
Play for
Afterwards.
wore number 11 for Richmond.
Okay.
I thought you said Todd Menegola.
No,
I think
I actually don't know.
Oh no!
I've got one.
You're
Let
going
me
to say
say
that?
it, please,
Yeah, I know.
Please. Sam. Is it Sam?
I don't know.
No, he wore 28 for Richmond.
Yes, Mark.
Mark Miranda.
Thank you.
I've got one.
Come on.
Good
I
one.
was thinking that I could see his face. I couldn't. Okay,
Mark
Mark
Miranda.
I love it.
I was sweating there.
Yeah, you was, yeah.
There's a good one.
Yeah, Mark Miranda.
Sunday, GMHBA Stadium at 3:20. Geelong West. Geelong GWS.
Geelong West.
Geelong West.
Mark Radonovich, what's his name? No, what's his first
That's
name?
it. You got it.
Geelong
Was it
West.
Michael?
I don't know his first
Well, there
name.
is a Geelong West
used
out
to
in the
be.
Geelong League
Is
that are
there?
the Giants. They're the Geelong West Giants in the GFL.
Oh, so they're playing a scratch match, are they?
they
An
could be.
intra-club.
They could be playing. a
Inter
scratch
Club
match.
320.
GWS are down the barrel of four
Oh,
in a row
they're no chance of winning this.
at the corridor.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to pick them, but you just can't.
They
You're right.
just
You
can't.
just can't.
They're not playing.
They're
They're just not playing well enough to.
not playing well enough. They're not equipped at them. I don't know what the
Yeah,
problem
I
is.
don't know what the problem
And
is.
at Geelong, mate, we know the story. How rare is it for them to get beaten over
it's
there?
rare,
Well, they don't, do they?
So for me, the Cats will win. And when I say comfortably, 5 goals, I don't think they'll wallop them, but comfortably.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like GWS won't.
They'll be competitive.
Yeah, they will.
They'd want to be careful, GB, because if they get their tails up Geelong, they could wallop. They could wallop.
The only thing I will
If they
say,
get
Better
going,
by 10
you know.
goals. If
If they get
if
going,
it gets
yeah,
ugly,
yeah.
can they have a letdown Geelong? I'm just questioning
Nah,
it.
nah.
After that big win.
Nah, it's
well,
only
we
one
spoke
win.
about that after they beat Hawthorn on Easter Monday. And
Yeah,
then
and
they
they had
played
the 5-day
Carlton.
break.
Do you reckon they would sort of go, right, we've got to be careful here. We've had a big win.
You know what I mean?
And they're playing at home. Nah, not.
No, I
this
think
is
they
different.
win.
They'll be
but-
all over it.
I think so. I
They'll
think they'll be all over
They'll be
it. Yeah,
switched
you're
on
right.
about
Yeah.
that letdown.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
And Chris Scott is coaching
He's smart.
very well.
Yeah, he's smart. knows
He
what he's
almost tactically won that
He's
game
smart,
Saturday
man, isn't
night.
He did. Yeah, he's
is.
a great coach.
That
is.
helps.
Give it
It
to
helps when 35's playing like he's playing 5 years ago.
Yeah, but that's his
No.
doing. That's his
Probably.
doing. Let's play him forward. Let's not
Yeah,
hammer
yeah.
him. You know,
Just
yeah,
something
you're
on-
right.
on
break
Dan-
glass in need.
Yeah, just
Right?
something on Dangerfield. This is not mine. Someone mentioned it on the radio, on the
On
wireless.
the wireless.
Dangerfield's is going so well at the moment. It's a long season. Like, is he like? Do they need to pull him up a little
Yeah,
bit? He
they'll
can't
rest
go
him. They'll rest
22
him for a
weeks
go.
like this.
Surely
And
when they
really
play-
need him at the pointy end.
No, they'll rest him.
They have to.
They
Mate.
rest him at the best of times.
Mate, a North, a West Coast of Richmond, any of those games
I'll
you
rest
can
him.
rest him, mate.
Absolutely.
I'm not
you should.
talking about resting, but I'm talking about yeah, great, rest him, but capturing that form like he's in purple.
Devastating
He's in a
form,
purple
mate.
patch.
Yeah,
like,
he's very much.
and Geelong would probably like him at the back end of the year playing like this.
yeah, and they'll do everything
they've gotta- yeah.
in their power to hold him back.
Unless he has a freakish year, then he'll win the Brownlow.
Oh, I know the way he's going.
Oh, jeez, I'll be staggered if he won it.
Why?
I don't know if he can go
He's
20.
probably had 3 best on
He's
grounds
probably
already.
on 15 already. But
Yeah,
then
he
Cripps
is.
will be on-
Perhaps.
Cripps
Oh,
will be on
Cripps will be
27 by now.
29, yeah,
Cripps
27.
has broken the record after 7 rounds.
Yeah.
He's on 7 rounds. He's 21 votes. He's got 24.
Yeah.
They give him extras.
And Carlton aren't winning games and he's still winning the
They give him
Brownlow.
votes in the finals. Oh, they won't play finals. I forgot.
Ooh, that's
Righto,
a
Sunday, Ninja Stadium, which is
Ballareve, isn't it?
in Ballareve in Hobart.
Yeah.
Do you know what the company Ninja is?
Yeah, it's the blenders.
Yeah.
in there.
Good,
correct.
The good quality
That's a
items that
sponsor
they-
of the A-League.
Air fryers.
Women's.
Okay.
It's a women's
Yeah.
A-League
Yeah.
major sponsor, I'm pretty
Yeah, it's
sure.
all the white goods and
Yeah.
appliances and,
and
stuff.
black goods.
Black goods. Brown goods?
Brown goods as
I don't know.
well.
Green goods?
What's
Appliances.
brown goods?
Brown goods is that, isn't it? So white goods is fridges.
Yeah.
And what's brown goods?
They used the terminology. That
Isn't
terminology
that
was
like
used.
appliances and stuff?
No, I thought it was
I don't
black
know.
goods.
I don't know.
But you're right. I have heard.
Let us know in the comments.
Brown goods.
We don't work at JB Hi-Fi. So
Yeah,
No,
I
we
no
don't work
idea.
at the good guys. Or
No,
good
that's
Harvey
right.
Norman.
Or Mighty Mewers. Remember that in the 70s?
Viewers, I do.
Mighty Mewers.
Mighty or Cash? No, not
Yeah,
Cash
Stan
and
Cash.
Carry.
What about
Stan Cash?
Stan
That's-
Cash.
That's a good one. Yeah,
That was,
remember
yeah,
that?
there's another round of them, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Is there a Stan
There's
Cash?
one in
No way.
Braybrook.
Stan
Oh,
Cash.
yeah, in the corner of...
Still there?
Yes.
No way.
Altona.
I think it's an independent
Altona
owned
there,
store.
or-
Yeah, oh, I don't
Have
know.
they got the Stan Cash hat thing and all the same?
No, they changed it. Of course, it's a tin shed cowboy, mate. Remember that?
What other ones was there?
Come and see the Tin Shed
Tin
Cowboy.
shed cowboy.
Okay, McEwen's, but that was a bit different.
McEwen's
McEwen's
is
is
Bunnings.
Bunnings.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Any
good one.
more?
No, because Mitre 10 and Bunnings gobbled them all up.
No, but I'm talking about like white goods, like as in
No, I don't know.
Retrovision?
Retrovision.
Is that still around?
No.
Oh, don't know.
Let us know if you work
Canberra
there.
Television?
Canberra
Well,
TV.
Canberra TV.
Canberra TV?
That was rent.
Was
Rent
it?
a-
Yeah,
that's right.
Rent
Used to
TVs.
rent a TV. Imagine
Rent
that
a
now.
vision or so- rent
Excuse
$4.27
me, I like to rent a TV.
How
Rent
long
a
would you
TV.
like it for?
I'll have it for a week. They bring you the TV.
they really?
In a week, we just unplug it and take it back.
Is
Nah,
that how?
seriously.
I don't know.
I
You're
need
right,
to
though.
know.
You could rent a TV.
It's unbelievable.
I need to know if anyone rented a TV, like in those days.
From Canberra Television.
Sure,
Yeah,
people
let us
did.
know.
If your TV,
Because I used to
broke.
see it as a kid, and I'll go, "Oh, we can get a new TV," but yeah, you don't do it,
Yeah.
right? I want to know if anyone did. They must have, or else it wouldn't exist.
well, if your TV broke,
Wasn't there a Canberra Television scoreboard on one of the radio
yeah, I'm
stations?
sure there was. Well, I'm sure
They were running
GWS
that-
have
a
Canberra,
TV thing on radio.
Yeah.
but like
Maybe
if your
it was a good-
TV broke down,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you needed to
Rent one.
get a replacement.
Yeah, if you couldn't afford to buy one
Nowadays,
straight
you
away.
just if it breaks down,
I
you
wonder
throw it
what
away.
$4
Get another one.
is now, like back in the 80s,
70s even, I reckon.
Do you remember-
late 70s.
80s.
Do you remember when your TV did break down and like would just the windows would everything would go squiggly?
Yeah.
And some bloke would come out
Again,
in
smoker.
in a panel van.
Open it up.
He'd open the
Couple
back
of capacitors.
and he'd go, "Oh, by the way, I better take the plug out.
Yeah.
Do something." He'd do something.
Oh, you should be right now.
fix
Yeah,
it.
that's good. Oh, look. And then you don't even know. Oh, that looks better than before.
Yeah. No,
No,
it's
it
not.
doesn't.
But he fixed it.
Tune the antenna, all the stations. What rubbish would. Oh.
What are we
fixed it.
talking about?
I know.
Anyway,
North Melbourne, Brisbane. That's
North
probably
Melbourne,
why we're talking
Brisbane
about
at
it.
4:40. Are we doing a show? When are we doing the show? Are we going to review this game?
Touch and go. Touch and go. I don't know.
You got to let the young fella watch his team.
Like the young fella, because he doesn't follow him.
No, that's true. I certainly don't. I'm going to say one thing about this game.
Oh, yeah, what you said to me before.
And I think this is all we can say. It's not a danger game for Brisbane, but it's an ugly game. Going down to Tasmania,
Yeah.
4:40, twilight. It's just an ugly, like...
I
there's
know what he's saying.
Like, as a player, do you want to be going down on a cold Sunday night to
Why would they
Tasmania?
even schedule that
No, but that's what I mean. Like,
on a
it's
Sunday night?
that's the 0.1% that North's got is because of that. Like, just that... They've won 10 in a row.
I know what
Brisbane,
you're saying.
Stemming from last year, 10 in a row.
Oh,
They've won the
see,
first 8.
You're saying my Bulldogs Gold Coast theory. The Dogs have won plenty in a row. They might drop one.
On that note, what he's saying, Brisbane by 10 goals.
Yeah, I agree.
No, maybe not 10. I know what he's saying, all jokes aside.
No,
They might
yeah.
not get
But I
walloped.
didn't say
It'd
North's
be like
going to win.
60
No, you
to
didn't.
90.
I just said it's an ugly game.
Brisbane-
playing on a Sunday afternoon.
Brisbane
Yeah.
will get a jump on them like that every other club does, and there's no way North can
Oh,
reel
you
that
reckon
in.
the start will not be corrected?
Nah,
So
not
it'll be
against
6
Brisbane.
goals to 2 at quarter time.
And North
It must be. It must be at some point.
North lose by 6-7 goals in this game, and that's been generous, and I'm being
Okay,
serious.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
About that.
Yeah.
24 points, Brisbane.
Jeez, I'll take. You take that? Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what do they get for that? 4 points?
I'm bringing the
No,
whistle.
but you know what? These days I'll take anything. I'll bring those streamer things. Yeah.
Sound like an elephant.
Celebrate.
or Chewy. The what?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah, it was May the 4th yesterday.
May the 4th yesterday.
No, I've never watched Star Wars. Neither has he. Have you?
Is that funny? We're talking about Star
we
Wars
said that.
before.
I'm done. If you haven't
what?
watched Star Wars, I'm done.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Bye.
You have not. Both of you guys haven't watched.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay. There you have it. Our preview of round 9 in the books. Let us know who you think wins this week, and we'll see you on the next one.
Star Wars.